dealing with things many months from now. And so we're in a very good position since the pension fund what we're talking about is primarily retirees.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Did it.
I have one speaker. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. Martin Hyde.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Martin Hyde. I know that. I changed of dress today. I thought I'd wear all black for two reasons. The first is it's an appropriate colour to wear to mourn the financial death of 1,000 cuts that our pensions crisis is likely to create. The second, of course, is that it's a slimming look, which I really need until my fitness drive shows some results. I've read the hundreds of pages in the pension reports. They are deliberately lengthy as they bury important realities within thousands of words of background noise. The important facts are as follows. The police fund is $50 million short of full funding. The general fund is short $56 million. And the firefighters fund is short by about $45 million. So just over $150 million in deficit in total. The investment returns have been very high these past 8 years, thereby tempting investment managers and trustees into ever greater levels of exposure to equities. By way of example, within your material, 56% of the police fund and 65% of the firefighters fund are currently exposed to the volatility potential of the stock markets. These ratios far exceed the stated goals of the investment managers in terms of investment allocation. With two of these funds closed, we cannot continue with such an aggressive investment strategy, as closed funds are like older savers in that they don't have time to recover from major losses in the market. The cash flows on closed funds are by definition all outward, which is why Ponzi schemes always collapse in the end. Without wishing to bore everyone with more numbers, it is this willingness to overlook the elephant in the room that has the potential to bankrupt our city. Simply put, it's not credible to expect 5% over the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, as a return indefinitely without assuming major risk. If returns drop to 5% before inflation, the general fund could run out of cash, according to the figures that you have there, in less than 14 years. This is not a can that can be kicked down the road for much longer. If we put $5 million a year more into the funds collectively now, we can avoid it being a crisis in years to come. It's not a happy choice, but these are the obligations we have. So in the crudest terms, it's pay now or go bust later. This is why we have to stop adding new staff overhead, which will enable us to find the money to pay down this debt. We've added 102 new positions in the last 5 years whilst we face these obligations, which to me is the equivalent of drinking champagne at the Ritz when you're maxed out on your credit card. These obligations fall on the taxpayers of the city of Sarasota, whom you swore to serve diligently and responsibly. I respectfully submit it's time for you all to start doing just that by facing these facts, uncomfortable as they are. Thank you very much.
Thank you.